Hey there, you're welcome to another tutorial. I'll show you how to make Amapiano type Afrobeat in FL Studio using just stock plugins. Now, this is a beginner tutorial and it's also going to be a full-length tutorial, which means I'm going to explain a lot of things in detail, okay? We're going to look at how to make the drums, how to make melodies, chords, bass, log drums, and also how to arrange and use sound effects to polish up our arrangement. So hit the subscribe button down below and let's get started. So when making a Mapiano beat, first of all, you need to set your tempo to stay within 110 to about 115 BPM. That's beats per minute. So I'm just going to come right here, just stay within the middle, maybe just pick about 112 or 113. Let's go 113. Okay. Then I'm going to open up the channel rack. You can access it from this view right here. So when making any genre of music, first of all, you need to get the sounds that are relevant to that genre, okay? And here I have my piano kits. It's not released at this time, but you can find free kits on YouTube, on sample sites like Splice and Producer Sources, many other sites you can get kits like this from, okay? So I'm going to come to the one shot, all right? So we start with the percussion. We're going to start with a very simple and common Amapiano pattern. So let's first of all come to the snare. So let's use this. Okay, so we just create a simple pattern and it goes like this. Now this is fine, but now we're going to bring in some percussions to make it even more interesting. All right. I like this. I like that. I like that. So let me bring you one more. I may change my mind on some of these sounds, but for now, this is the sound I'll be going for. So I'm just going to spread this out across the patterns. For example, instead of having it here, I can just do this. Or let me try this here. You could even, play around with it and have it here. And there's nothing wrong with, still having it playing the patterns as it were. Okay, so let's have our kick. We need a soft sounding kick, so I'm just going to 4 steps. Reduce the volume a bit. It's important you manage the volume levels of your sounds when you're making your beat so that it sounds good from the beginning. Okay, that's fine. So next, we're going to just place it right here on the playlist. If you can find your playlist, is within these two bars. Any icon you click, right, the name is going to appear here. So you just open the playlist from this button right here. Okay. So next, we need let's add some hats to make it even more interesting. All right, so let's have a shaker loop. So I'm just going to come to loops. So let's have that in there. And when you have a loop, when you bring in, first of all, it may not match your tempo. For example, this is how it sounds right now. So it sounds off beat, right? So to make it on beats, double click this, just right click time, click 4 bars. Make sure it's in stretch mode so it preserves the pitch. You may need to reduce the volume. Okay, then click this stretch icon right here, then take it back to 8 bars because it was formerly close to 8 bars. Okay, and then just double this up. Okay, so now we have our drum pattern. It's very simple and easy drum pattern. Okay, so next we're going to create our chords. So for chords, create a new pattern. Just click this plus icon right here. Let's use the FL Studio keys. FL keys. So let's use the electric piano. So we're just going to come to the piano. Make sure you have the pattern underneath it right here. Then come to the piano roll. Okay, so now you can play your chords. All right, an easy way to play your chords is to know the 1-3-5 formula. If you can't see this, your piano roll doesn't look like this. It's pretty easy. Just come to this drop down right here, come to view. Okay, then come to key labels, make sure you're showing all notes. Okay, then come to this drop down again, then come to view, come to this scale highlight right here, then make sure it's in C major. Okay, so that will have everything arranged. You can use any scale, but C major is one of the easiest scales for most beginners to learn and get started with. Okay, so I'm just going to create a simple chord with 1-3-5. If I click this right here, right, let's say I click this right here, this is 1, 2. The next light gray line is my 2, 3, then 4, 5. So I'm simply just dodging, the light gray lines. Okay, so that's the counts that matters. So when I press play, okay, so now this is a chord. Now, if maybe you're still struggling with playing chords, I do have my MIDI chord pack, which is available on my website, sctutorial.com, or you can just click the link in the description. You can get it. So let's use the MIDI chords. I'm going to come down to the MIDI chord pack, then just drag and drop. They are all within the key C. Okay, so it's easy to use. Bring it on that one. Okay, I think I like this. So let's take it down to low octave and see how it sounds. So to bring to a low octave, just hold Control up or down. It changes the octave. And for chords, most times you want to stay within the 4th and the 5th octave. That's if you're using FL Studio. Okay. So we can also make it sound a bit softer by pressing Alternate and X. If you're using Windows, that may be Option and X for you to adjust the velocity. This is different from reducing the volume. Velocity makes it sound softer because it feels like you're hitting the notes with less intensity. Okay, so it's not the same as reducing the volume. Then increase the volume from here. So let's take this thirds, take it higher up. Then duplicate this. If you observe, these notes are not as soft as this guy. So let's select just those notes and then alternate and X, make it soft for just those notes. All right, that's fine. So now let's add a catchy melody. Let's get to morphine and then we'll come to, let's see, keyboards. Let's see if we can find something good in keyboards. If you want to use your laptop, I'm not using the MIDI keyboard, I'm using my laptop keyboard. Okay, if you just click this, you can press your keyboard control, that's QWERTY, like those lines, those alphabets, to hear notes from the sound. Okay, it helps you audition the sound. All right, so now let's create a melody. Come to piano. We're going to use our chord to create a melody. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the length of this note. I'm going to stick with at most 2 notes or 3 notes per bar. Okay, this is a bar. So I'm going to stick with about 2 to 3 notes per bar. If like the shaker is a bit too loud, let me reduce the volume of the shaker. So let's add morphine again. Let's see if we can find any more new sounds on morphine. Come to keyboards again. Yeah, I think I like this sound. I think I prefer it. I think I prefer it here. So let's see. We can get more sounds in here. There are lots of great sounds in morphine. Let's slow down the tempo a bit. This is a bit too fast. Bring it down to like 1 1 1 1. I'm still using my laptop MIDI, okay? My laptop keys, I mean. So I'm not using MIDI. So it helps you. Just QWERTY. That's what we can do with this. let's bring in a classic Amapiano flute and come to brass and wind. Let's see flute. Let's try this. Just trying to reduce the volume. Let's add a counter chord. Let's use a piano, or rather grand piano for this. Let's see how this root sound. Okay, so we just copy this, paste it in here. So we're going to move this a little bit forward. Let's try high octave. Let me not space this. Let me bring it close. I think it sounds nice, but it could be better. So I'm going to link this to the mixer. When you select the sound on your channel rack, then I'm going to use an EQ and I feel like it's a bit too bright. So, and also has a little bit too much bass. I'm just going to use this to take out some frequencies. So we're going to use harmless. We're going to look for some sounds in here. Liquid state, a popular Amapiano sound. So we're going to come to piano roll. You typically want to follow your chord progression here. Let's see how it sounds. I may take it to a high octave. Let me try a high octave. So let's add log drums. So how I like to play my log drums, right, is I like to turn off my melodies. I know it sounds crazy, but I like to turn off my melodies and just be guided with the chords and the drums. If you notice, it's not changing pitch, so make sure it's in stretch and this is none. Okay, so I can change pitch. this right here, then have this right here. Then when you highlight both, you come to this drop down where it says tools, then chop. I like to do this. Right now we can now move them across different octaves, okay, to really make it even more interesting. Then bring this down. So now I'm going to just turn all the melodies back on. I may make some changes, but turn everything back on and see how it sounds. All right, so now let's break it up so we can do some arrangement. So I'm going to just click this, then click split by channel. So I'm just going to spread everything out one by one. Okay, so I'm going to just take this, use the knife tool and break this shaker up, then take out this excess. All right, so when I take it out like this, so we're going to have an intro. We may add some more sounds as as we do the arrangements. Okay, so alternate and T intro here. Then let's say our intro lasts for 8 bars. Then we have a verse for 8 bars. Then alternate C. Then we have the hook for 16 bars. Make sure yours is in bar mode. Okay, there's this magnet icon is in bar mode. Then press alternate T again. And then we have the second verse, then alternate C, then you have second hook. Move this further apart. Alternate C, 16 bars, then alternate C. You can have a bridge here, or just something you play there, maybe like a sax, a keyboard solo, or just the vocal is doing something interesting there. Then alternate C, then you can have the third hook or chorus hook. In this case, hook and chorus mean the same thing in this for the sake of this lesson, okay? Then you can have it, let's say 16 bars again, alternate C, then we'll have a outro. So the outro can last, let's say 4 bars, all right? Then alternate C, and then we have end. So I'm going to just put the end here, okay? So let's start with the drums. Typically, right? Although this will change, but typically what's consistent across, most songs from intro to outro is the drums. So have the drums running all the way to the end. When you highlight it and press Control B, it's going to duplicate, okay? Then the next thing we also have consistently is the chords. So we just duplicate this. All right. Then next we also have again our in the chorus section. The chorus section typically has all the sounds. Okay, so we just highlight this and move it into the hook or chorus section. We'll do the same thing for the other hooks. Okay, and then let's see how it sounds. And we can start making some changes. Okay, so next we're going to add pads. Okay, pads is really what make the chorus come alive. So we're going to have another instance of morphine because morphine has really great pads. I know we use morphine a lot in this video, but it just has really good sounds. You want your pads to be soft. Let's try that. Just copy your chords, find an empty insert. So let's see how it sounds here. Let's have some pads in the intro and see how it sounds like. Now, if we want to make the second verse interesting, we can just take this, paste it here, make it, click this notch right here, make it unique. Then we're going to take out the other notes so that just this line follows it. Let's take to a higher octave. right here in the third bridge, you can have maybe a solo, you play something interesting there, or you can have maybe even more crazy log drum pattern going on right here. There's many things you can do right here. You can just leave it really simple and plain for the artist to go crazy, or you can even just take out. So there's so much you can really do, in this place. It's really flexible. There's really no rules to this section right here. Okay, it depends on you and the artist if you're going to have an artist on the song. So then now let's have some sound effects to really, polish up the transitions. Okay. So we're going to come to FX. Let's have this right here. Now some may look like it's not on beat, so you just double click it, right click, one bar, okay, stretch. So anyway, we have our hook, we're going to have the same um sound effects coming in, okay. So you can even layer sometimes. So let's have this one. I think that's supposed to be 2 bars. So stretch, reduce the volume. Then let's have this, but we'll reverse it. I don't like it. Let's try something else. We can have this for the verse. Reduce the volume a bit. Set it to, let's say, 3 bars. Stretch. Let's have this. I feel like it's staying too long, so I'm going to cut it somewhere here. Then just take out the excess. But it sounds like it's ending too sudden, so I'm going to fade it out using this out tool right here to like give it a proper fade out. Better. So anyway, my verse is starting, I'm going to have the same thing repeating. This helps make it more predictable and more organized. So your outro can also be pretty easy. You can just copy the section that came just before the outro. If you have a verse or a hook coming before, you can just copy that section, then start taking things out. It can be as simple as that, or you can even strip it down further. That's pretty much it. So let's hear from the top and see how this beat sounds.